How's it going? We're doing this again. This time it's gonna be worse. This time I'm more fucking tired. It's late. I have to be at work tomorrow at 6 a.m. It's 10:30 right now. Maybe the cards are stacked against me. Well, it's a fucking pathetic castle of cards. I'll blow it fuck down. Foodshops. I'm coming to kill you!
Young Harlow, do you wish to shed this curse? Then accept the fate of your ilk and face the trials that await you. Unless you have already joined the crestfallen. Life is brilliant, beautiful.
It enchants us.
To the point of obsession. Some are true to their purpose, that they are but shadows, flesh and mind. One man lost his own body, but lingered on as a head. Others chase the charms of love, however elusive. What is it that drives you? Once, the Lord of Light banished dark and all that stemmed from humanity. And men assumed a fleeting form. Men are props in the stage of life, and no matter how tender, how exquisite, a lie will remain a lie. Young Harlow, knowing this, do you still desire peace? Peace grants men the illusion of life. Shackled by falsehoods, they yearn for love, unaware of its grand illusion. Until the curse touches their flesh, we are bound by this yoke, as true as the dark that turns within men. All men trust fully the illusion of life. But is this so wrong? A construction, a facade, and yet a world full of warmth and scandals. Young Harlow, are you intent on shattering the yoke, spoiling this wonderful falsehood?
It's already begun. It's already fucking begun. When I just posted my fucking link in my Discord, I see a message from someone who just joined my Discord server. They said, "Can't wait to see how Food Shop resists being gaslit tonight." So the gaslighting has already started. I love it how when you become aware of yourself and your surroundings and what's happening psychologically in the people around you, I love it how when you say it out loud and you talk about it, fucking people swarm to just scream the opposite at you because they want to see you go insane. That's the fucking content, baby. Well, I'm the bringer of your fucking death. I will pull your fucking angelic little blissful brain back down to earth into the horror, into my fucking horrible world. It's called reality, bitch. It's time you met it. Foodshops is gonna be a little bit. I'm interested. So, Foodshops is aware that I'm titling my stream Watch Me Resist Getting Gaslit Part 2. So how's that going to affect how she behaves, how she, conducts herself? I think it could do a lot of things. It could make her be much more abusive. Most likely. But I think the most likely scenario is that she's going to, I'm here to help. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help. Some backstory. Foodshops has got her fucking fingers into my personal life. I wrote an article called Becoming Max. But long before that, I had written a couple public letters to him. And I've talked to Foodshops about my relationship with Max. And she wants to convince me that I'm crazy, that something bad is happening, that Max is abusing me, and or that I am abusing Max. One or the other, but something bad has happened. Something that's not what I believe is happening. Something bad, something unhealthy is happening. It doesn't matter if I'm abusing him or he's abusing me. It has to be something crazy, and she needs to fucking convince me that my reality is a lie and that I'm insane. So she talked to me. She's read my letters. She went and she talked to Max. And he fucking screamed at her. So there's your fucking backstory. Now she's read my fucking article that I put a lot of work into. And she read the whole thing to her stream, pausing after every paragraph to fucking debate it. To debate it. She's debating with it. The only part you could possibly debate with is the first section where I make an argument about art. Aside from that, it's a introspective character study of Max and a journalistic examination of myself. It's an introspective journey where I learn about myself. There's no desired outcome. I'm not making a point or an argument. I'm exploring myself and I'm sharing that with others. The way that you can engage with that, there's a couple ways you can engage with that. Foodshops seemed to struggle engaging with it because I was criticizing her while she was reading it. And so she did seem to like, oh, well, what can I do different? She was trying. The thing that she failed to fucking do is engage with it with empathy, because the point of that type of thing is you can relate to it on a human level. That's the fucking point. I'm not making an argument. I'm not saying something about fucking Israel or Palestine. I'm talking about my psychology. I'm talking about Max's psychology. And I wasn't even talking about so much our relationship anymore, but she was fixated on that. Yeah, it's time to fucking skinwalk, baby. I've gotten this criticism. Well, you're the one who commissioned Shaylin to draw you turning into Max. Don't you think that you're a skinwalker? Are you fucking a child? Are you a fucking child? You think that because I did that I think that I'm a skinwalker? Did you read the article? What, am I not allowed to have I'm not allowed to have a sense of humor. I'm not allowed to be fucking creative. It's like the only type of content these people can engage with is extreme autistic, argumentative debate. You're like, no emotion, no humanity. It's a cold fucking world you fucking lot live in. I'm gonna make it a lot fucking colder. Yeah, people call Foodshops a Destiny Skinwalker. You know what? I don't even fucking see it. I don't even fucking see it. I see it a little bit. But she's not fucking Destiny. I see Foodshops, honestly, I see Foodshops as more unique from Destiny than Tomfoolery, All Relevant, Stardust. I see Foodshops as more unique from Destiny than all of these people. I could probably... There's probably more. Because Foodshops is actually being Foodshops. She's not trying to be somebody. And a lot of these Destiny Orbers are trying. So, yeah, I think that it's bullshit. And so, like, for you to be genuine makes you a fucking skinwalker in this world because people want to fucking shut you down. And the only people who are allowed to be genuine are the biggins. Nobody else can be fucking genuine. If you're genuine, you're acting like them. You remind me of that person. Sit the fuck down. Silence your personality. It's fake. You're not real. Fuck off. Yeah. So... I'm even going to resist on behalf of Foodshops. I'm going to resist the gaslighting on behalf of Foodshops. But that moment of peace won't last long. She said 15 minutes ago, she said that she would be ready in 20 minutes. So, I'm gonna message her. Yeah, people don't want others to be their own person. It's really just that people want to see you go crazy, I think. People want to say something that's going to affect you. They want to see a reaction. That's how the audience is. It's a lot of audience members. They don't even do it consciously half the time. But when you get like that, when you're one of the fucking streamers, you're really a champion of the people, aren't you? Yeah. Voice of the people. Voice of the fucking people. The miasma, the horde, the plague. The illness, the voice of the mental illness that captivates humanity. We all fucking know we're all fucking mentally ill since social media has become the center of everyone's lives. All of you, every one of you watching right now is so fucking insane and mentally ill. Me too. Me too. Like, I'm a fucking streamer. I'm more plugged in than you are. Yeah. But I can see it. I'm doing a lot of work to see it. And when your eyes are open, it hurts a lot more. Don't let her win. I am the better AGP than... Don't let her win. We have to see how she wants to proceed with this. I'm just here to be a stick in the mud. I'm here for her to tell me that I'm crazy and convince me, or try, and I'm going to she's going to I'm gonna suck all the air out of her lungs. I'm gonna drain all the blood out of her veins. Let's go. She says join the waiting room. Let's go. Here we go. To remember what the fuck her fucking Discord is. Food something market. Here we go. Okay.
All right, give me a second. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just give me a second. Let me just turn you up. All right, can you say something again? Okay. All right. Thank you, Smeth. Can you turn on the
Virtual camera.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Cool.
That's usually
Awesome.
the reaction I get.
What?
Whoa.
What do you mean? Yeah. Wait. Why are you're shaking a lot? Like your camera. Whoa. Whoa. The camera was just like shaking like this. That was so weird. Okay. That was very wacky. Whoa. Whoa. What is going? Okay. Sorry. I just hold on. Let me just delete real quick. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. Dude, what the heck? What is going on? I don't know why it's tripping out so much. All right, can you? Whoa! I'm still spazzing out. Okay.
Yeah, you're freaking me out.
I don't know why I'm spazzing out on my camera. It's just so weird. I don't know why it's happening. Okay, just give me a second more. I don't. Just on my end. Okay. Really strange. Okay, let me let me restart Discord. Is that okay? And restart my virtual cam.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my camera's fine. I don't know what the fuck drugs she's doing. She's not gonna make this easy on me. This is gonna be so fucking painful. And I have to get up tomorrow at 5:30. No, I have to get up tomorrow at 4:30. Okay. Hello.
I really hope it doesn't spaz out. Please, for the love of God. Begging, praying. Okay.
Do you do drugs?
I think. Whew. Okay, I think we're good.
Do you do drugs or?
It's not good, but it's okay. We'll
It's just on your end, right? And you're talking about your camera, right?
Yeah. But is my camera good on your end?
Yeah, it's good on my end. Don't even look at it. If it's good for
Really?
your stream, and it's good for.
What?
Yeah. It's probably something to do with your computer, but it's malfunctioning in just the right place where it won't affect anything.
Yeah, hold on. Let me do this. Okay. This is gonna be better. I promise. Give me a second. Let's see. Show my camera. No. Show video non-participants. No. Pop out. All right. And then if I try to capture it like this.
Close out of some lolly tabs.
Yes, a lot of them. Okay. Bro! You're pissing me off, Smeth. No, I'm kidding. You're not doing anything.
This is the content. This is the content that we're here for.
Dude. Oh, okay, hold on. Give me. Okay, give me a second. Display capture, I think. Automatic. Windows application. Dude.
What is my life?
I know. I'm like, oh God. Okay, just.
This is my nemesis, everybody. This is Foodshops, the great nemesis.
No, I'm nobody. Hold on, give me.
You've made yourself my nemesis.
That's not. How is that true?
How's that true?
Yeah, that doesn't make any
You've really taken an interest in my personal life. I've made my personal life public, but you've made it specifically with how you called into Mr. Girl's hotline and talked to him, telling him, like you've both,
okay.
you've
I got
both,
you on the screen.
you've
Okay.
both said that my relationship with Max, I am abusing him and he is abusing me. It doesn't matter which, you just have to tell me and convince me of something that's not what I perceive reality as. You just have to convince me I'm wrong and that I'm crazy. You went to me, we had a talk, then you went to Max, you've read my letters, and then you read my essay. And instead of engaging with it because it's a personal, introspective, like piece, and instead of engaging with it in any way that makes any fucking sense, like with some fucking empathy, you like debated with it, and you took everything I wrote, and then after every paragraph you just ignored everything I wrote and then just made something else up, and then you said that's what I said when it wasn't what I said. You like just made shit up the whole time. And then you're like, see, that's why you're fucking crazy, and that's basically what gaslighting is. And I'm sure if we go into it at some point, you'll start spouting off counterfactuals, and I'll point it out, and you'll do like a lot of repetition, and then you'll try to confuse me, and then you'll circle back to it. But I'm not gonna let you do that.
No, actually,
You're here to help.
and this entire chat is gonna be all about you, Smeth.
Yeah.
Because you're the important one here, all right? So I want to be sure that I'm there to care for you. And in fact, if anything else, I actually have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you feeling today, Smeth?
Just dandy.
Be honest with me. Really, dandy? Did you work today, Smeth?
No. I just had to help my grandma fix her Facebook.
Okay.
Somehow she made it impossible for her to recover her account somehow, and I failed, and now I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow, and I am gonna talk to you now, and it's 10:47, and I have to be in work tomorrow at 6 a.m. and let's let it fucking ride, baby. Let's go.
Sure. So, I guess how many times, again, maybe I missed it the first time. I probably listened to it the first time, but then I forgot. How many times per day do you think about Mr. Girl?
I don't know.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. If you're to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate how important Mr. Girl is to your life?
I don't know. To what
Really?
part? What
So-
to my life?
Sure. Let's just say 10 is your actual parents, and let's just say 1 is like somebody like me.
4.
Really? 4? Oh, okay. All right. Do you feel as though that without Mr. Girl, your channel direction,
Why don't you tell me what you so
Fine.
you seem surprised by my answer 4. So why don't you just tell me what you think instead of asking me questions? What do you think?
No, that's really important because I don't want to make any assessments without.
Well, no, I want to
knowing
hear
how
what I
important
want to
Mr.
hear
Girl
what you
is.
think. Why is it so important for you to know how important Mr. Girl is to me? Why is that important to you?
Well, you know, I was thinking about it for a little bit. I actually watched you talk with, Reservoir and these Spurgs, okay? They don't know what they're talking about. And yeah, like they go on these long philosophical spiels, and I feel like it's very counterproductive to what you want. I think what you want is a way to make connections without feeling lonely.
That's what making connections is.
Without feeling lonely?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You make I like that's. You make like connecting with people is how you not be. You make yourself not alone. Like so, you're saying that what I really want is to connect with people.
yes,
And
you want to connect with people, yes.
Drazi, Reservoir, and Tuna Chip were failing to connect with me, and you're going to connect with me in a way that they failed.
No. I'm here to help you find a method for you to connect with other people without feeling lonely. And
So
we're going to get there together.
So you think that when I connect with people, I do feel lonely?
Yes, because the way that you kind of put in the article, right? Just ignoring all the little quips I give about, you know, the article itself, right? Like, it seems as though that you feel out of place, but then yet you yearn for human connection. Yet you're also, for example, you relate yourself a lot to Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl actually kind of suffers the same problem. He wants to make connections, yet he feels so astronomically lonely because he knows that some of the connections that he has only make him lonelier because he's afraid of the parasocial power that he has. Does that make sense?
So why do you think that that is the same as me?
Oh, because it just comes off as you relate to him a lot. That's it.
But so you think that I am lonely?
I think that, yeah, in a way, yes.
Because nowhere in that article did I say that Max is lonely or that I'm lonely. I am lonely, but it has nothing to do with anything in that article.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lonely feeling that is not really related to the colloquial usage of the word, right?
So why do you think that you can teach me how to not be lonely?
I think I can teach you to find the skills to find methods on how to make yourself not lonely.
So you think that you have skills that I lack, social skills that I lack?
No, I think I have the skills to talk.
And I don't.
So, rather this.
It's not going to be easy.
I did a little bit more outwards. Do you feel as though like Twitch poll is good for you?
In some ways.
Okay, what ways?
At first it was bad for me, and then I learned how to stand up for myself because of it, and that's been good for me. It's also not the Tuna Chip pointed this out to me, and he was right. Even if I am making space for myself and, you know, in a manner of speaking, not fighting people-pleasing tendencies, I am still doing a stream. So it is not the ideal arena, and there are other places in my life that are more important for me to make space for myself, but it is a playground for me to do that, and it's a place for me to express myself artistically. So yes, I do think it. Specifically Twitch poll, I don't think Twitch poll is dead. Can we just all agree like Twitch poll is long dead?
But I'm
like
I'm talking about. Yes, yeah, I know. I'm talking about the behavior of you hopping onto panels, debates, talks like these, you know?
Yeah, it's not good for anybody.
Okay. When you dedicate yourself to your content creation, you know, what percentage of your life would you say it takes up?
I would call it my art, and streams are probably one of the parts I care about the least, but I still put a lot of effort into it.
Why is it the least?
Because it's just not as good. I feel like this, I can make it good. I can't do streaming like you. Thank you very much for the $5. She's formulated some vague description that applies to everyone. If someone's online, they're feeling lonely while making connections. LOL. Very true. Okay, so streaming, I can't do what you do. I can't stream every single day because it would. I want to have. I don't want to stream when I don't want to stream. I want to stream if I have some idea, and I don't want to just like I'm going to stream every day at this time and then fill it up with content. And I feel that that's just not what I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. And I think you'll be more successful if you do that. Absolutely. But it's just I want to forge a different path, and so the streams are important and they're easier to do, and I can put them together. And because it's live, you know, I can just do it. And then I don't have to spend days and days editing or writing. But
It's a fulfilling part, right?
it-
Would
this-
you describe it as like that?
The streams don't like last like this stream for like a week. People might watch it and be interested. A video that I make that I spend like a couple weeks editing is gonna last forever. An article I write is gonna last forever. People can always look back at it, and I can build a body of work that people can connect with. And that's why Max was successful. That's why when he like got in with Destiny, everybody had all that work that they could connect with. I need to build more of a body of work, and streaming distracts me from building that body of work, even though in the short term it's the most rewarding.
I see. So the most important thing is, would you say that article writing is more important than you streaming?
Article writing, video making, but streaming is also important because it's more important in the short term. It's complicated, right? But in general, the earlier question that you asked, my art is the most important thing in my life, to me, and I center my whole life around it. I could try to get a job, like a full-time job doing anything. I have a lot of skills, but I'm working in retail because I want to do this job.
Wow, I didn't know that. How happy would you say you are with your life?
With my life.
Out of 10. Let's just say 10 is like you're on a high, you're in a manic mood.
I don't believe,
on average these days.
I don't believe in being happy with your life.
Okay, what do you believe in when you want to measure satisfaction, I suppose?
I'm doing what I want to do.
Are you doing what you want to do right now?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah. This is where I want to be, baby. I want to be here with you right now.
Me too. Have you ever felt sad or depressed?
Why are you asking me these questions?
Because
so that you can teach me how to not be lonely?
No, I'm just trying to figure out, what bothers you.
The last person to ask me questions like this in an interrogative way was Ben Thorpe.
I'm not Ben Thorpe.
He's a very manipulative man.
He's also very annoying. But
You're not annoying.
I would say I am also annoying.
You're not as annoying as Ben Thorpe, but that makes you more manipulative.
Why?
Because at least with Ben Thorpe, like, it's more on his sleeves. You know he's an asshole.
What makes me more manipulative?
I'm saying that because you are not as abrasive and you're more controlled, that makes you potentially more manipulative.
How do you know it's manipulative versus just simply keeping my composure to talk to you in a productive manner?
I don't know. I just know that you're asking me a whole bunch of questions like, do I ever get depressed? But you're not telling me why. And the only reason that you gave for why is that you want to teach me how to not be lonely because you think that I am lonely and you know how to...
No, you misunderstand again. The reason I want to get to the bottom of this is so then I can teach you so that you're able to figure out for yourself how to not be lonely.
For myself.
Right? Yes.
Like, so you're like a monk. You can like,
No.
You're so good at teaching that you're going to teach me in a way that I figured out by myself. I don't think you know how to do that whatsoever. And I know that for a fact.
Oh.
Because of how you responded to my essay and how you responded to the part where I said that Max I said that I had a mental breakdown and I messaged him nearly begging to be cared for like a child and that he said nothing. And then you went mic drop and you look at your camera to your audience and you're like this is so fucked. But if you were actually like paying attention and invested in what's happening in the progress of events, then you would see that led me to greater realization about myself and personal growth. So he actually did that, and your inability to see that means I don't believe that you can do that. How old are you? I'm 30.
I'm 24. How would you say that Max makes you feel fulfilled overall?
Max makes me feel fulfilled? No.
Yes.
I make me feel fulfilled.
Or helps you feel. So, but do you reach that fulfillment with the help of Mr. Girl?
No. No, not at all.
No?
No.
Not at all. Then what role does Mr. Girl play in your life?
He there is not a space for the type of content that I want to make and the type of art that I want to make. And that's why I'm attached to him. And it's for better or for worse. When Destiny and him had their falling out, that space completely collapsed and disappeared, and now I'm stuck with him, and that's all I got. And there's a million people just like me and just like Max, except most of us are beaten down, and yeah. So there's
What are you beaten down by?
Life, society,
Life.
being like so. Like I watched Queeman and I watched your review of my reading of my article there. Queeman, I like Queeman because he's just very, very honest and direct. And the way he said it, his visceral reaction was very similar. But what he said was like, you don't be vulnerable like this on the internet. It just freaks people. Like people think it's unacceptable. And I think like anything else is unacceptable. Why would we even have the internet unless why do we want it to be this like horrible place where we're all like treating each other like shit? And I don't know. It's so if you want to be sensitive, artistic, and connect with other people, being vulnerable is the only way to connect with other people. To truly connect with other people, and that's what I want.
Okay. I mean, if you have no big problems, if you have, no qualms about like the relationships you currently have with you and your art, and you feel like you have to express this kind of art in a space where you feel as though that society is no longer pressuring you or pushing you down, right? Because that is part of the qualm.
But why are you telling me this?
You're unable to express your art. But I think it's good. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think there's any particular significant issue.
Well, then you're absolved of all. Do you want to talk about becoming Max?
Sure. I mean, here's the thing. If writing the article makes you happier, then I support it.
Doesn't.
If people make fun of you for it, then as long as the article makes you happy, then yeah, fair enough.
It doesn't make me happy. Made me miserable.
Why does it not make you happy? Why did writing it make you miserable?
Because being aware of what's happening is especially for me, but in general, is a miserable feeling. And yeah.
Wait, what do you seek to maximize in life? Is it feeling good or is it desire?
Neither.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Neither.
Why?
You were right the first time. I want to connect with people, but I don't. By that, I don't mean make a billion friendships or anything. I mean like make art that makes me seen, and for me to see other people and to be seen by other people truly. Do
you feel like sadness and pain makes you more fulfilled in some scenarios? Not all sadness and pain, but some sadness and pain is necessary for you to find your way.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. If that is the case, does the article bring you enough sadness and pain to the point where you feel as though it's not too much and you are feeling fulfilled?
Sure.
Sorry?
Sure.
Okay. Then mission accomplished.
Well, let's talk about your responses to the article, though. Okay, look. So Max told me one time, he sent me like a screenshot of what you said to him in DMs. and he sent that to me. When you talked to him,
he sent to you?
Yeah, immediately after you sent that, he sent it to me immediately.
Okay.
I forget what it was. I'll find it really quick. So yeah, he said FYI, and the screenshot is you messaged him, just watch your cookie clicker video. It has made me rethink my entire life. Max says, that's good. That's why I made it. You said, make more. He says, lol, seems like you still haven't fully internalized the message. And then you said, wait, am I evil? And then he said, I'd say trying to trigger Smeth so you can manipulate me into arguing about his psychology on your stream is sociopathic addict behavior. I don't know about evil though. And then you said, you saw that? LOL. And he sent that to me, and said FYI, and it was proof that you're like admitting to it. And so he's got in his mind, because you did that, he's got in his mind that that really triggered him because it reminded him of Destiny. I have another thing I want to tell you about the whole skinwalker thing, but
sure.
I was saying it to my chat before this, but you reminded him of Destiny, and it freaked him the fuck out because that was a situation he was put in that was abusive. And so he sent me that as if it proves that you're like admitting to being like abusive or something. It didn't. I don't really think that you are. And when you were reading my article the other day, I was giving you criticism in your chat, and I was freaking out, and I'm angry at you. And
you did thank me at the end though, so that was lovely.
Yeah, well, I realized something. I realized that my intuition about you, I think, is kind of right. And Max is wrong about you. So you were hearing my criticism, and you were you were trying to you were trying to engage with my article in a different way, and you're like, and you were like actively trying to, and the obvious way with that type of thing is the point of it is for you to engage with it empathetically. And that wasn't like obvious to you, and I don't think it's because you're a sociopath at all. I said this to you the other time that we talked. Like, the way I perceive you is like you're kind of autistic, and you've said you're not autistic, but I just think that you're fucking kind of autistic, and like that, and me thinking that makes me have a way better opinion of you.
On the contrary, when it comes to interpreting these kinds of things, I'm not that autistic. For example, I know that I think from the article, from what I saw before, right? The things I got from the article is that you feel as though that, you're becoming more and more like Max when you're trying to find your own individuality, but you feel very standalone-ish from the world because of various things before you met Max, but then after you met Max, you felt like this is somebody who really, related to you, right? And then eventually you became Smeth at the end of it, because you're like, I'm beginning to learn how to find myself again. Would you say that is a more accurate depiction rather than, oh, this is artistic? Oh.
Well, you did do that. You're mocking yourself, but you did actually do that. You did actually finish like paragraphs, and if you had nothing critical to say, you're just like, oh, it's just artistic, and then you just dismissed it. So you were being a shit. Okay, but okay. Which is fine. You're allowed to do that, but it's not. You're not quite right. I mean. Like, that's general. I don't think what you're saying. I don't think what you're saying is particularly insightful because it's mostly what I wrote. But I think you're slightly wrong. I don't, and not because you. I don't think it's necessarily because you didn't read it right. But it's not like I see people that are like me all the time. It's just. I don't see people that are like me that are brave and vulnerable and artists, and so Max is like me in some of those ways, and he's also unapologetic about it.
Do you think that I am also vulnerable
No, well, not
and
no,
honest?
You know, no.
Why?
Because of your response to that article, yeah, no.
I express what I think. I express how I feel. I don't really back down from my past or my previous beliefs. And if somebody brings them up, I always say have a response. You know, so
Yeah, that sounds like you. It sounds like
doesn't really speak.
It sounds like you're engaging in everything like it's.
I talk about my feelings a lot.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I'm looking at you now. Because sometimes, because I'm looking this way, I can't look at you, but... Because I don't fucking believe you one fucking bit. So, I'm looking at your face. So when you argue with me about the autistic thing, and you try to prove to me that you are able to see and empathize with people easily, it makes me think you're more sociopathic.
How?
I think that Queeman is very empathetic. He shat on me for the whole time he read that thing, and it made him very uncomfortable. But at the end, he ended it by saying, "And I'm just a chud orbiter. I'm a chud skinwalker, and I'm reading this just like he read the Max article. So give me $5,000." Like, so he got it. He's like I don't know, and it made him uncomfortable because he got it, because he thinks it makes him uncomfortable that I would fucking write it, and he was like, "This is you shouldn't be doing this."
Well,
But,
would you say Queeman got the article and understood it better than I did?
yes. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And he's way more of an asshole. But you were you're
I was less of an asshole, but
No.
you had more of an issue.
I think you were actually also more of an asshole anyway.
Why?
Because like how you were engaging with it, and like you were like redefining everything I said and just ignoring everything I said and just stating shit that I didn't say. And then you're like, I'm just saving people time. Like, that one fucking pissed me off. Like, yeah, the way, like, the things that you say are just so manipulative. Like, no, you're not fucking saving people time. You're making, if people watch you read it, it'll take way more time than if they just fucking read it themselves. They're not fucking saving anybody time. The only thing they're saving them time is if it's not worth their time to read it, because whatever I said is wrong and what you have to say about it is right. So that's the only way it makes sense that you're saving anybody fucking time. They're saving them time because they don't have to think about it themselves now.
Do you think that people are truly able to interpret the article in a way that you want if I am the one that is reading the article for them? Or
No.
do you think that it's better for me to tell them, go read it yourself?
No,
and
I think
you
you should
only experience this better when you're reading it by yourself and alone in the dark without any stream.
I still want people to read it. It just isn't the same.
Well, people are not going to read it as often if I already, read it out loud and then paraphrase it, right?
No, I think you reading it out loud makes it more likely for more people to read it, even though it's just how things work. The whole like Dark Viper bullshit, like about the, you're like stealing content or whatever. Like there's a part of what he says that's kind of right, like technically, but no, that's not how it works. The people that do the React stuff Majority of the time, sometimes it's not true, and sometimes Dark Viper is actually right, but most of the time, like, the people that watch the streams were not going to watch that fucking content at all. The part that Dark Viper's right about is that the marketplace of attention in general, you know what I'm talking about? Like if more people are watching the react content than less people are watching original videos in general, that he's right about that, but in any individual case, it doesn't make any sense. So anyway, you're reading
you're an artist, and this is your art, this is your work. Do you think that there's multiple ways to interpret one work?
That's the thing here. So my article was a psychoanalysis of Max and an emotional introspection journey. Okay? For the most part. And a couple other things, but that was the 90% of it. You can disagree with me about myself, but if you do that, it's not on the basis of what I've written about myself. It's about your actual insight that you have about me, because you're saying that what I've written about myself is wrong. Because I'm not giving you facts about me. I'm telling you what I feel. I can tell you. You can say that after I tell you this, give you those facts about my experience in high school and the weird shit I did in high school. You can tell me. It's an important point. You can tell me that you read that and you see me in a specific way. That this type of Seth is this type of person. From what he described, I see him like this. But then when I talk about how I feel, then for you to disagree with me just outright about what I blatantly say about myself, then that is just gaslighting or counterfactual or like misinformation. Like you can perceive me different than I perceive myself, but you can't just say everything that I say like is wrong. You have to present, this is what I think of you. You can't argue with what I've said on the basis of it as if it's an argument. I'm just talking about myself.
That's gonna be one of the only ways I can interpret you, though. Does that make sense?
No.
So, for example, if no, you put all your feelings out there. I know who you are as a person. I link them together. It's just like how Harry Potter gives me, a little bit of like the insight of somebody like J.K. Rowling, right?
So yeah,
not all of it, sure, but maybe a little bit. I'm just saying, like a piece of art tells me something about the artist, right?
Yes, because they're like
Okay, do you know about the death of the artist?
Yes.
Okay. At what point do you really separate the art from the artist? I
don't
like, for
separate
example,
it at all.
if I interpret, no. Let me just finish real quick, okay? Let's just say that I interpret your work in a way where it presents as. Can I just finish?
Yeah.
I just want to finish.
Yeah.
So let's just say I interpret your work in a way that can be paraphrased. All right. In a way that you find dismissive by yourself. But isn't you as an artist feeling as if the work is being dismissed also in a way the purpose of the art? Because there is no objective interpretation of the art.
Okay.
There is only subjective. If I paraphrase it and present it to my audience, that is also a form of interpreting your art. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong or bad, right?
No. Because what you were like saying was you were paraphrasing. Literally, paraphrasing is different from interpreting, and you were paraphrasing incorrectly. So yeah, absolutely no. But yeah, you can learn about J.K. Rowling from reading.
You can learn incorrectly.
Because you can you literally can paraphrase incorrectly. You can say, oh, he's saying. So I can say I went to the park today, and then you can say, oh, he's saying that he sat in his house all day. And you're just fucking wrong. Your paraphrasing is just taking what I said and then ignoring it and then say something else. Like, so yes, you can, just because a paraphrase was one step down from a quote, and you can quote incorrectly and you can paraphrase incorrectly. You can learn, so to respond to your other thing, you can learn about J.K. Rowling from reading Harry Potter, because you're learning about her from her actions and her behavior. Her actions and behavior are her actions where she wrote that story. You can learn about what type of person she is by what she wrote. So, but like, if you want to learn about like the character Harry Potter, you learn about him, and you do when you read the stories, you learn about him by what he does in different situations and all of his actions. You actually learn less about him from his dialogue. You engage with if he was to just tell you about himself, if J.K. Rowling is to tell you about herself, you actually learn more about her from her actions, not from her like just telling you what she thinks about herself. And me telling you what I think about myself is it's just for you to like just disagree with it without talking about my behavior and actions. You're just presenting counterfactuals. You have to actually like psychoanalyze me on the basis of my actual actions, not like you didn't do that. You just it was literally just gaslighting. You were not actually doing psychoanalysis when you did that. That's the type of way you could engage. It would be to psychoanalyze me.
Okay.
You didn't psychoanalyze me at all.
You felt angry.
Yeah.
When you were in chat, right?
Yes.
Why did that make you feel angry?
Because I don't like being gaslit.
Why do you feel like you got gaslit?
I just explained it to you.
Don't you feel as though...
Don't I?
That in a way, you feeling... Hold on, just let me finish. Don't you feel like in a way where you feel gaslit by the way that I kind of interpreted or not interpreted, right? Your writing, right, in a way where I just paraphrased it, also tell you something overall, right? Like, isn't that kind of an art form in of itself?
No.
Isn't that a good way to interpret the thing?
So you're saying that maybe the way that I felt is evidence that I'm actually, something else is up. What you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just fucking say that, huh?
I was just trying to clarify.
No, you were trying to get me to get to that place without you telling me what you actually think, so that, I get confused and think that I thought it myself.
All I'm saying is that the way you feel about someone else's interpretation about the article,
well, okay, so what you do
makes it come off as like...
Yeah. So what you're doing is ignoring everything that I just explained to you. You were taking what I said about my feelings and what I said about myself, and you were disagreeing with it outright without engaging in like an actual alternative analysis of me. You're just presenting like alternative facts that aren't true. So you are literally replacing my reality with a counterfactual reality, and that is what gaslighting is. And of course it makes me angry, and if it didn't make me angry, I would be way more in risk, and I should not be a streamer. Anybody who doesn't get angry in that situation is not in a mental position to be a streamer and be engaging with fucking Foodshops.
You don't... Okay, let me try this a different way. You don't want the article to be art. You don't want that article to be art.
Wrong.
You don't consider it to be a piece of art.
So you are telling me now that I don't consider my article to be art.
You gaslight yourself into thinking that it's a work of art when you don't want it to actually be art.
Could it be any more blatant than this? Anybody that's listening? So I've gaslit myself. I've gaslit.
Can I explain why?
No,
can I explain why?
I don't even give a shit. You can try, but I've gaslit myself into thinking that my art is art, and it's actually not art because I didn't agree with you about, and I was angry because I was angry with you because I was fucking angry with you about how you gaslit me, because that made me upset. That actually means that it's not art, and the only way that it would be art is if I actually did not get upset when you gaslit me. Is that right? Isn't that what's happening? Bitch.
you conceded already that the way that I paraphrased your article seemed dismissive, which is an actual fact that you already said before.
Why don't you stop
Considering
fucking?
if that's
Why don't
true-
you stop fucking
Considering that's true-
concealing your feelings and talking like a fucking robot? Huh? Let me see some of your fucking anger here. Why don't you like express some fucking emotion? You said you talk about your emotions so much. Well, you're doing a lot of work to fucking hide them. So fucking let it out.
I'm not more emotional than the way Queeman interpreted your article. What are you
He
talking
was
about?
way more emotional. It made him uncomfortable. It creeped him the fuck out.
I'm sure he viewed it as a piece of content and he thought it was funny.
No, by the end he was like, he was just like, he was skipping words at the end. He like didn't want to be reading it anymore. He hated it.
I read every word.
I know. That's not what I
Okay.
like. This isn't anything to do with what I just said.
Okay, then allow me to gaslight you into convincing you on why you're gaslighting yourself that it's a work of art. Can I tell you how?
You can try. That's what we're here for.
Because I believe that all works of art can be, to some degree, divorced from the artist. If you have a problem with me to the point where you want me to interpret your article or a specific way, then really, you're not really writing a work of art. You're writing a research paper. You're writing a
I
dissertation.
told you that I don't have
It
a
has
problem.
opening statement as a conclusion, but it's a dissertation. You want people to
Okay.
arrive at one conclusion and one conclusion only.
Wrong.
And that is why you said Queeman got it, is because you felt as though
But he
that
did not have
arrived
the
at
same
conclusion
fucking.
you wanted
He
him to get it.
absolutely did not have the same conclusion about me from that. He actually, in doing what I was saying, he was psychoanalyzing me. He disagreed with me about myself multiple times when he read it. It's just that he disagreed with me on the basis of my behavior. He said when he read, like he just didn't present counterfactuals. He actually read what I wrote and he said, this guy's a fucking lunatic, like basically. He's like, oh, I get it. I get what he was doing this, but that's just, you shouldn't be doing that. Like so yes, he absolutely was disagreeing with me. He did not agree with me. But thing I'm saying, so yes, so I have already explained this to you, and you are trying to confuse me, and you're ignoring it as if I haven't explained this to you. But I'm telling you that you didn't actually disagree with me about myself on any basis that like is connected to
Matt, you're
reality.
torturing
You
yourself.
presented,
You're bringing yourself pain.
You presented counterfactuals, and you were gaslighting me. Queeman didn't gaslight me. And now what you just did now, I'm torturing myself now by being aware of what's actually happening. And unless I agree with you, you're gonna keep telling me that I'm insane, that I'm torturing myself, that I've gaslit myself into thinking my fucking art isn't
Matt,
art.
You're talking so much here, saying
you've
so
gas.
little.
Yeah. I'm saying a shit ton, and so like you're literally doing it again. You're presenting a counterfactual. Everybody that's listening knows that I'm like, I have a lot to say right now. You're trying to make me go crazy. You're trying to make me think that I'm crazy. You're trying to present me as crazy, but you literally are just presenting counterfactuals. You're literally trying to gaslight me right now. I'm so glad that this is the perfect stream. I'm so glad that this is so good.
I'm trying to convince
Max might be
you.
right about you.
I'm trying to convince you that you are gaslighting yourself into thinking that you want it to be art, when in reality, you want it to be a dissertation.
Right, and I've explained to you, like, so why don't you go fucking watch Queen?
Okay,
Anybody,
think about it.
does anybody in the fucking audience think that Queeman, when he read it, actually agreed with me about myself? Hell no.
No, that's not the point. You're not.
Why is that not the point?
You're not
Okay, this outright contradicts everything that you fucking said. Yeah, because you're gaslighting me.
No, you have to let me talk, okay? Please.
I have to let you gaslight me.
You have to let me talk.
I have to.
Okay.
I have to.
Yes.
That's the rules.
Yes. Okay. So the reason I say this is because let's just take a professor, right? They write a research paper. It has data and statistics. It has an intro and a conclusion paragraph, right? Whatever. And they say, okay.
So you're going to ignore everything I said? Are you going to continue to ignore everything I said?
Finish. I let you ramble on for so
long. So what you're doing, another important part of gaslighting is repetition. So you literally are repeating. You're repeating the same point over and over again, and I keep arguing against it in multiple different ways. I've wrapped my head around it so many times. I've explained how you are wrong multiple times, and you're going to keep saying the same fucking thing over and over and over again until I get exhausted and think that you're right.
You're You're not letting me finish. Okay, I'm gonna finish now. So, a research
I'm gonna
paper
let you finish.
has hard data and hard statistics, as well as some of the professor's own feelings based on the data and statistics. All right, it totally is the case that a professor genuinely wants a reader to kind of arrive at a general conclusion or a rough interpretation based on how loose or hard the facts or data is. Now, a person can have a different interpretation or paraphrase the parts of a research paper with like an actual study on it. What I'm saying is that in of itself, even though technically you can say everything is art, that is a work of art, I feel as though you want people to interpret it as if you are a professor writing a research paper, and you are
you fucking done?
into thinking that it's a work of art.
Warning, bullshit alert.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat myself again, since you're so fucking dead set
Wait,
on
what
repeat.
part of that?
Since you're so fucking dead
What part of that
set,
do you disagree
since
with?
you are so fucking dead set on repeating yourself, I'm going to fucking repeat myself again. I did
You
not.
wrote a research
Excuse
paper
me.
and it
I
came
let
to
you
you.
fucking talk. I've just explained this to you how many times. I am not upset by somebody disagreeing with me about myself or about my work of art. I'm telling you that you were presenting counterfactuals. Queeman absolutely in basically every single possible way disagreed with me about myself in that fucking thing, but he did not do what you did, which is read it and then say that it said something it didn't,
Sure.
just so that you can make me sound
Queeman
crazy.
isn't the scenario, okay? Queeman is
So
another researcher
here's your
who looked
let's
at your
engage with
paper
your fucking
and disagreed-
let's engage with your
disagreed
fucking
with your
professor.
conclusion
Let's engage
and
with your
introduction.
fucking professor example, okay? So what you were doing basically is you were reading this professor's fucking thing or whatever, and then you're saying, so the professor writes 1 plus like 5 equals 6, and you're like, oh, the professor said that 1 plus 7 equals 6. The professor's clearly wrong. The professor doesn't know what he's talking about. The professor, the professor says that he's, it's like, so you were like arguing with everything that I said, like by presenting
it more as a
counterfactuals.
psychology
You did
paper,
not
like a
actually
case
disagree
study,
with me on any
rather
basis.
than the hard statistics.
What?
Okay, a better analogy would be it's a case study paper by a professor, sure. So, for example, you can present how, a patient can say...
So yeah,
"Oh,
so
I
the way
feel
that you
about
can, so
this,
let's
I feel about
fucking,
X and Y," right?
because, so like you're just
However,
gonna say the
based on
same
the
fucking thing
researcher-
over and over and over until I get exhausted. Oh, you're gonna realize that I have a lot of fucking energy, bitch. Okay, so with a case study, then the case study will say that this person put their shoes on 3 times a day, and then the way that you've engaged with it is you said, oh, in the case study, he said that this person put their shoes on 4 times a day. That's a counterfactual. You can still do a counterfactual in that fucking case too. And it is a fucking case study. It's a case study about me. And it's me interpreting myself and interpreting Max and psychoanalyzing. You can psychoanalyze me, and you didn't. You didn't do anything empathetic whatsoever. You just fucking lied and like made shit up and tried to spin it so that your narrative that you've already come up with about how I'm already insane and that I'm either abusing Max or he's abusing me, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I'm wrong about myself. One of those things is true, and you're trying to prove it by arguing with me about like disagreeing, like just lying, repeating yourself, just making me sound crazy.
No, Smith.
No.
I'm saying what I'm saying, all right, is that maybe you don't know what you truly want. You want
Maybe I don't
something.
know what I
that
truly
can
want.
be-
No
you want something
gaslighter
that
has
can be
ever said
interpreted
maybe you
as
don't know what
art.
you truly want. Do you know what the fuck you sound like right now?
What, Mr. Girl? I don't know.
No, you sound like a fucking abusive gaslighter. Maybe you don't know what you truly want.
No, I'm just saying, like...
On what basis do you think that I don't know what I truly want?
You want a research paper to be interpreted like art.
Okay,
That
so
some
you
person
think that I
doesn't
think that my
interpret it like
so you think that it's a
like
research
that.
okay, so I've
when
explained
in
to you.
reality it's a psychology paper.
So
like, of course, you're pleased with Queeman because he is a researcher that disagrees with the
No.
data and statistics
No.
of your research paper.
Okay, so you're saying
that's why
you're saying
pleased
that
with him, because
you
he's
are the
engaging it
true
on the basis
you
of
are the
research
true
paper.
you are the true empathetic person who actually engaged empathetically, like psychoanalyzed me, and then Queeman
Yes.
is a researcher.
Yes.
No, you are the fucking researcher, except you're a retarded researcher that doesn't know shit and can't even fucking count. And Queeman is like actually engaged with it. He disagreed with me and he insulted me about basically every single fucking thing in it, but he actually engaged with it, and you fucking didn't. So are you gonna accept that is what I think? Are you gonna accept that is what I think? Stop trying to convince me, because you're not going to convince. You are not going to convince me that that's not what happened. You're not going to convince me that actually I'm wrong. No, I actually you're basically saying I actually agree with you that you didn't actually present counterfactual statements the whole fucking time, and that I actually am just mad that you fucking disagreed with me about myself, which is not the fucking case. And that's not what I'm saying. That is not my criticism.
Okay,
You're trying to tell me that my criticism is something that it is not, and you're telling me that I'm fucking crazy.
Okay, so if
Fuck
a
you.
researcher engaged with a case study, like, could they not say something along the lines of like, okay, if the patient is feeling
Yeah, they
like
could.
this, then I interpret that they
Yep.
like.
Yeah,
this is
they
what they're
could, and that's not what I'm fucking saying to you.
I don't understand that the lenses in which
Are you going to engage with what I fucking said, or are you going to continue presenting a counterfactual? Because that's not what I fucking said. So do you want to engage with what I've said and what I'm criticizing you for? Or are you going to try to keep telling me that I'm not saying what I'm saying? Because you're doing it right fucking now.
What are you unhappy with?
Does any, people that are listening, like, that pivot, like, so because she's been cornered, it's just like every time that happens, it's like it's just trying to, like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. There's something.
Why?
So anytime you feel cornered, there's something wrong with you, Seth. Fuck you. What are you unhappy with? Why do you need me to think that I'm crazy? Why do you need me to doubt myself? Why do you need me to doubt myself? Why? Why?
There are good reasons to convince somebody to doubt themselves.
Okay, so
Do you
why?
not agree with
Why?
that?
Why? So why?
Because that. Do you think that there's not good reasons for
No.
telling anybody to
No,
doubt
that's
themselves?
not. Yeah, no. I think there are good. Why do you want me to doubt myself? Why is that important? Why? So if you think there are good reasons, then you clearly have one in mind. So why?
Because I don't
Think on your toes, bitch.
Are you gonna let me finish beyond 3 words, or not? Or is this like a one-way old guy
Go.
ransack clouds? Okay. Because what I believe is that, again, you're not looking at your paper the same way as I am, and that is the discrepancy here. Does that make sense?
That's not what I just asked you. I said, why do you want me to feel like I am confused about myself? Why do you want me to doubt my sanity?
No one is telling you to doubt your sanity.
You are.
I'm telling you that the way that you approach art is strange. Does that make sense?
No. What was it? What was it that you just said? Are you unhappy? Or like there's something wrong with you?
No.
If you don't
You
agree
want
with me, there's something wrong with you.
In a really specific way. Why do you want me to engage with your article in a way that you like?
I've already told you. I've already told you.
If you're creating art, you probably should expect all.
I've already
kinds
explained
of
this to you. You're repeating yourself, but you have not. You are failing to engage with what I said, like whatsoever, just like you did when you read the fucking article. Because so what I've told you is that the way that you engaged with it was you literally did not listen. You did not comprehend the words that I wrote. You told me you interpreted them as if I had written different words that I didn't write. You can interpret the words that I wrote differently than way I wrote them. That is completely fine. It might but you didn't interpret the words that I wrote differently than the way I wrote them. You interpreted me having written words that I did not fucking write. Which, just like I'm criticizing you right now, and then you keep reinterpreting my criticism as something I'm not actually saying.
Come on, we can do this. Let's interpret this.
We can do this. Are you going to repeat yourself again?
you remember the black and gold dress versus the white
Oh yeah, so
and gold dress
another
versus
way
the-
that you can try to make me think that, oh, I'm actually just like crazy, because it's actually the same thing, and whatever.
No, I'm because I'm trying to. Oh my god, I'm trying to make you see that maybe we can meet a ground in the middle, and the middle ground is that we both interpret it in different ways, right?
No, you did. Okay, so my criticism that you keep you
just
keep
like
you
different
keep
colors
failing
have-
to
okay.
engage with my criticism that you keep failing to engage with is that you didn't interpret my words and my the things I said about myself in a different way from me. You interpreted me having said something that I did not say. You paraphrased, so you can tell me that when I say that when I went to school, I said this to my psych teacher, that I took nude photos before I was 18 so that I could fucking brag about it. That you can say that, oh, this that makes me think that you're like there's something wrong with you. That makes me think that you're not like Max. You're trying to say that you're like Max, but it makes me think that you're not like him because I don't think he's like that. You can say that, but that's not what you did. What you did was basically like the equivalent of saying, Seth just said that when he was in high school, he sucked off his teacher. I didn't fucking say that, and that's the equivalent. You literally just presented, just like you're doing right now. I'm trying to tell you that the way that you engaged with it was not to disagree with me in any meaningful way. You just changed what I said into something else.
If I say in the article that you are being parasocial with Mr. Girl, is that not roughly an interpretation of what you said?
No, because my article wasn't about my relationship with him. It was about my feelings, and it was about myself, psychoanalyzing myself, and it was about psychoanalyzing Mr. Girl. So you brought it back to your previous...
That's why you don't want it to be a piece of art, because you want me to interpret it in a very specific way. You're doing it right now. You want me to interpret it in a very specific way.
You were not interpreting it.
I interpret it in a different way.
You were using it to
You're contradicting yourself right now.
I'm not contradicting myself. I am absolutely not contradicting myself, period. Absolutely not. What you were doing was you
want to see it as a work of art, but I interpret it in a way that makes you unhappy, which makes me think
you were not interpreting it at all. You were not interpreting it at all. You were reading paragraphs that I'd written, and then you were like changing what I said into something that I didn't say, and then using that to argue why a previous argument that you had with both me.
Your words, but they're not counterfactuals. They are.
Can I finish? Because so like this I keep repeating the same point over and over because you won't engage with it.
No. You keep saying counterfactual, but that's not true, right?
Yeah, well, it is true.
You're saying your feelings in the article, but I'm interpreting what your feelings are.
Nope,
which is
you
not
weren't.
really a counterfactual.
You weren't.
It's not a counterfactual.
You were not interpreting what my feelings are.
You
were You were saying that I was saying things that I did not fucking say because you were reading.
That's not what counterfactual means.
So you were still interested in having the previous argument that you had with both me and Max that we both fucking disagreed with you about my relationship with him, which this fucking article was not about. And so you were every single paragraph you took the things that I said about myself and the things that I said about Max as if I was talking about my relationship with him, which I wasn't. And there's very little to fucking all of that shit happened before. You were not engaging with the things that I was saying.
I feel as though my magnanimous disposition to interpret your article is settled on better than how you interpret your own article or your own writing.
Okay, so what is your interpretation of the part about Max? What is your interpretation? So now since you think something different about Max, that part, what is your interpretation of Max now that's different from mine?
That's not. Do you even disagree with that at all?
Well, you didn't engage with it at all, so I don't know.
Okay, so are you saying the issue that you have with what you didn't
engage with it at fucking all, you fucking insane, gaslighting, manipulative, crazy person.
But by paraphrasing it, isn't it engaging it?
No.
Why?
How many times are we going to
wait.
repeat?
So Queeman was engaging with it when
Yes.
he's like skipping over words, in your opinion?
Yes.
Oh, all right. I got you. I really hope.
And
I get this
like
straight.
you're using that, like he was skipping over words because he was uncomfortable. He was still reading the fucking sentences.
Can you repeat that? Sorry, I was looking at my cards.
No.
Okay, so basically, all right, you don't want your article to be a work of art.
I don't want it to
You
be
just
art
want-
because I
want that
think
to
I'm
be
telling you that you didn't engage with it. So if
You're
I don't
freaking
think that
out
if I don't think that
right now. You're
I'm
actually
crazy.
freaking
I'm
out over
crazy.
nothing.
I'm crazy.
Yes, you're freaking out over nothing right now. This is
Fuck
complete
you.
nothing burger. You're freaking out over it.
Yeah, because I'm freaking out because you're telling me that it's not. I don't want it to be art. That you did engage with it, and I'm telling you that you didn't. So prove to me that you did engage with it instead of trying to fucking make me think I'm crazy. That'd be a healthy way to do this. Why don't you fucking prove to me that you actually did engage with it? You
never
can't do it
said
because you
were
didn't fucking
crazy.
engage.
Well, did I say that? I mean, sure, if I said it, then fine, fair.
Fuck
but
you.
the thing is that
Fuck
the way
you.
that the interpretation, right?
Fuck you.
That the way that I pulled from the article is that you're a crazy person.
Fuck you.
Is this the average Queeman viewer?
Fuck you.
I see you a lot in this chat. So you wrote several research papers, no? At this point? Would you consider yourself a professor?
I'm glad that that's your sticking point, is that to maintain your bullshit reality or whatever the fuck you want to convince me of, I have to now, everybody has to believe that that essay and that my letters to Max were research papers.
Well, yes, that's what you wanted to be.
Yeah, what the
That's what you wanted
whatever.
to be.
I mean, okay,
The way I went about it was completely correct
no.
and objectively
Okay,
right.
then prove that to me in a way that is not telling me that I'm crazy and I actually don't want them to be art. So
I can't prove I'm not. What are you talking about?
So like do it now. Engage with it. Let's engage with what was in the article, which is something you have not done right now. Your way of engaging with my criticism is to tell me I'm wrong about myself. So why don't you actually engage? So instead, let's engage with what I actually wrote. That would prove it to me outright. But you can't do that.
Do you think I can paraphrase what you wrote?
See,
in a
even
way
so, you're
where,
not. You're not engaging with what I just said. You're reframing
I
again.
engage.
Let's
No,
engage
because
with the
reframing
article.
is
Let's engage
correct.
with the article. Let's talk about the article. Let's talk about what's in it.
Take any sentence. Go.
That's your job.
Well, that's not my job. You're the one who brought.
You're the one who
claim,
wants
so
to fucking engage
the
with
one
it.
who chose
I guess you don't want to engage with it then. I'm not going to engage with my own fucking article. You engage with it. You didn't engage with it the last time you read it, so why don't you engage with it now?
No, what I'm saying
Basically,
is that
every
you made
single
a-
step of the way has all been
you made a
gaslighting.
claim. Give me an example where you're not pleased with the way I went about it. Just one specific example, not
I don't remember.
a general. Oh my god, this is sucky.
I think I gave an example in this conversation, but I don't remember.
Okay, give another one.
I don't.
It's not
I
hard.
just told you I don't remember. Why don't you give one?
What? Why do? You're the one making the claim, so you're the one that has to substantiate it. I'm not here to give you the answers.
My claim was that I didn't like how you engaged with it.
Yeah, but that's so general. Who cares? It's like
Okay.
it's like telling me that the sky is a color. What color, right? It's like what?
I just
What?
I don't remember the specifics. I don't remember the specifics. Neither do you remember the specifics. So I guess we both don't remember the specifics.
Why would I remember like?
Why would
any
I? Why would I remember the specifics? You would remember the specifics about what your interpretation of my article was more than I would. More than I would remember the specifics of what your fucking interpretation of my fucking article was. So if you're the one who's you're so certain of yourself that of how you engaged with it, you're so certain that you engaged with it in the appropriate artistic way. Then why don't you fucking if you're so fucking certain of that, why don't you give a fucking example? And if you can't, then maybe you shouldn't be so fucking certain.
Dude.
I backed you into like, dude, you're crazy. Dude, you're crazy. You backed me into a corner. You're crazy. You're crazy, dude. You're crazy. Fuck you.
How do you not know your own article either?
No. How do I not remember your interpretation of my article? I know my article. I don't remember your interpretation of my article.
How do you not remember?
I don't remember I don't remember every single thing you said about it. I remember how I felt. I remember what you were doing.
Okay, so you remember how you felt. That's some woman shit right there.
Okay. Fuck you.
Yeah, what is the actual substantial physical like disagreement or whatever?
Why don't you tell me one of your interpretations of my article? It was your interpretation, so why don't you tell me one of them? And then we can move from there. And we can analyze if it was actually
you because
your interpretations
because my interpretation, okay?
Because your interpretations were all just counterfactuals.
Not hard.
Because your interpretations were all just counterfactuals. I didn't remember them. There was nothing for me to internalize or grab onto. So I was just offended. I was just offended. I was just offended. I was just offended that you were saying like. You were just wrongly reading my article. You were reading it really fast and dismissively, and then paraphrasing it incorrectly. And that is not your artistic interpretation. It is just wrong.
Okay. Do you hear that? You said I paraphrased it incorrectly.
Yes.
When it comes to a work of art, there shouldn't be paraphrasing it incorrectly or correctly or anything like that. It's a work of art, right? Right?
No.
Dude, come on.
So I have to agree with your postmodern. I have to. My personal, and I already in the intro to my fucking article, I actually engaged with this exact point about how I don't agree with this postmodern view that like it is completely detached from the artist. I absolutely am not one of these fucking retarded death of the artist people.
No one's saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you just said that. You actually did just say that.
No, I'm just saying like...
You're just saying not what you just said. Because you're going to present a counterfactual again. You're going to get... The only way that you actually argue is gaslighting. This is insane.
One of my counterfactuals. Give me an example of one of my counterfactuals right now. I'm
what I just said. It's working. I'm starting to get tired. I am starting to get tired.
What is the counterfactual?
The thing that you just... I'm getting fucking tired. I'm exhausted. So... I don't remember.
Okay.
Instead of making me fucking do that, why don't you just listen while I'm fucking talking?
Your article is perfectly fine. Okay. It pissed you off because it struck so personally at you. All right.
No.
You can't accept
the
fact that
fuck.
Yeah, I actually wrote it in a way that was more correct than how you wrote it.
Fuck you. Fuck you. How many times are you going to say the same thing over and over again?
You liked how Queeman interpreted it because
no, I did not like how he interpreted it. I did not like how he interpreted it, but he did interpret it. You did not.
No,
that is my argument. That is my argument.
More because I interpreted it way better.
So you're telling me that I'm wrong. So yes. So
you
you are saying okay. Yes. Okay. Exactly. Okay. So So let's go. So we've come full circle. So I am telling you that he interpreted it. I don't like how he. I don't. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm telling you right now, actually. So I'm telling you that he interpreted it very differently from me, and in a way that I didn't like, and it was upsetting to me, and it made me angry. But he did interpret it, and I respect that. And I'm distinguishing that from you, because I'm saying that you actually did not read it. You didn't interpret it at all. You engaged with a fantasy version. You engaged with a fantasy version that I didn't write, and you didn't engage with what I wrote. Okay.
No, I think it did.
So okay, so that is what I'm telling you. Okay, so wait.
version
So that
I
is what I'm.
didn't
Wait. Excuse me.
That's what I based off of the
So
words.
what I'm telling you is that let me start over. Okay, let's start
No,
over.
the reason why you're taking
What I'm
it
telling you.
personally is
No, okay,
because
you
I
keep
see that
trying to tell me I'm
it's
crazy.
personal for you.
So what I'm trying to tell you, excuse me. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Queeman interpreted my article, and it was in a way that was very offensive.
Inaccurate.
In a way that was very offensive to me. And
he right about
excuse
you?
me,
Was he
excuse
right
me,
about
excuse me. Every time I make my critical points, you are going to be quiet. You're going to talk over me. But I'm going to just keep restarting so we can get through this. Queeman interpreted my article very differently from me and in a very offensive way that pissed me off. But he did interpret it, and I respect that. I believe, and I'm confident in my assessment of reality, that you did not interpret my article. You literally engaged with a imaginary version of it that I did not write. So these are two completely different things, and you are telling me that you actually did engage with it, and that that I am only upset with you because I don't like how you engage with it.
Yes, you wanted to.
Okay, so that is what you're saying. Okay, but that's not true because I was extremely offended by how Queeman interpreted it. It's not that the thing that I am offended by is not how you interpreted it. You keep trying to tell me that the thing that I'm offended by is how you interpreted it, but I keep trying to tell you that is not what I'm offended by. You want to do that because that would make you look smart. But the thing that I'm offended by, is the fact that you did not interpret it.
I'm pretty damn sure I interpreted it.
You paraphrased it incorrectly. You literally added.
See? Oh wait,
right, and so you think it's impossible. You think it's impossible.
Paraphrasing.
So
you have to interpret something first in order to paraphrase it.
So
that's the whole point.
So let's say that. So I see a chat message and I'm not reading it. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna paraphrase it and I'm gonna say that this person just said that you are retarded.
You said it. Your interpretation could be wrong, but you still interpreted it.
Okay.
You're saying I didn't interpret it at all.
Okay. So so let's clarify then. Okay. Perfect. This is really great. This is really helpful. So let's clarify then. So if I look at a chat message and if I look at a chat message and I don't read it and I say that person said that Foodshops is stupid and I didn't read it.
Right.
Okay, that is my that is my artistic interpretation of that chat message.
That's
Sure.
fine,
Sure. And then if I don't agree with that, I don't believe in art or whatever. I just don't believe in art. I don't believe in art. Okay, but what I'm saying is I'm offended that you did not read my chat message and instead just made up something else and then said that that's what I said when it wasn't what I said.
And you disagree with their interpretation of your chat
I know, I
message.
disagree with your interpretation if you don't actually engage with what I wrote. I disagree with your interpretation if you don't actually engage with what I fucking wrote.
If I disagree with what you wrote, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
How many times we've done this so many do you really not fucking understand, or are you I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say anymore.
Maybe I don't, but yeah, I mean,
how many times? So yeah.
Why do you not have a problem with the way Queeman, went about? You have more of a problem with how I went about things.
So with Queeman, he looked at the chat message. With Queeman, he read it. So see, someone here says, "Jesus fuck, what a crybaby." So I've actually read it, and this is a person who is a hater of me, and they go in my chat every time. So my interpretation is this person's having a jolly good time because they come here just to do this. That is my interpretation, and I'm sure that they're willing to disagree. But that's my interpretation.
Okay,
that's a different thing. But that is a different thing from if I had just not read it at all, or if I read it out loud, if I say Jesus fuck what a crybaby, and then I'm like, this person just said that my point is good. Oh no, that's what I'm telling you did. I'm saying that you looked at what I wrote And then you said that I said something I literally didn't say. Not that you interpreted it wrong. I guess you can say that that's artistic. You artistically, like you used it as an artistic medium to express, whatever. But fuck that. That you didn't engage with what I fucking wrote. That is my point. And you keep telling me, you keep saying the same fucking thing. You're saying, oh, you don't believe in art. Like, fuck you. That's the level that you stoop to. You really are a lot like Destiny, because that's how Destiny argues. It's dog shit.
How do you not know that the way that I interpreted every single paragraph
was correct? Was
just exactly the same way.
How do I not know what? How do I not know that the thing that I just said was wrong? I don't know, because I think it's right.
No. For example, I'm trying to move us forward. Okay, let's just say for every paragraph, you're like, oh my God, I see myself in Mr. Girl, and here's like 50 metaphors on why I see myself in Mr. Girl, right? Non-sexually. Why is it like if every single one of your paragraphs is like that, and I were to, say, the way I interpret it is exactly the same way every single time, how would it not be like a more accurate, kind of thing? I just don't get it.
So if you had actually interpreted it and read it, and then given a different interpretation from the one that I intended, then I would agree with you.
What you did was that, oh my God, my identity was based on Mr. Girl, and all of my experiences is based on Mr. Girl, right. And then you just repeated that like 50 times. That's what you did.
Good example. Okay, so yeah, you saying that that's what I wrote. This is okay. So do we finally come to an example? Okay, so we've finally come to an example. Okay, so that's basically how you read my article, and you just gave an example. So you don't even need to read my article to say that. You haven't read it for a while. No, that is what you're saying. That is what you're saying. So what you just said was in my article is basically the equivalent of all of your commentary while you read it, and you don't even need to read it to have said that. That actually wasn't my article, and so. That is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that you engaged with it about as equally as the way you're engaged with it right now. Like your commentary is exactly on par. Exactly on par.
But you want me to have either positive or negative or whatever you want me to have a visceral reaction.
Engage.
To the point where I'm like making fun of you or something. But the thing is like, what if I just go, you know what? This is what every single paragraph is. All right, it is what it is.
Yeah, you just dismiss it. You dismiss it and then say that it's something that it's not.
Yes, but the dismissal doesn't come off nowhere, right? The dismissal is based on the interpretation.
You dismiss it and then say that it's something that is not. It doesn't matter if it comes from where, because it could come from a million different things. I don't know why the fuck you're doing it. We can get into that. But you read it, dismiss it, and then say it's something that's not, so that you don't have to engage with it. Or so that you can characterize me in a specific way. That is what you were doing the whole fucking time. And so the topic of today is gaslighting. So that is gaslighting. No, and what you're doing now is gaslighting.
Is that conclusion, but you can't pull up any examples. You're making a claim, but you can't pull up any examples. This is your thing to prove.
I mean, I just used okay. So you keep saying that I don't give examples. I just gave you an example. The way you just characterized my article is exactly the way you did it the whole time. It was exactly on par. And if you want me to give an exact example of the exact words that you said to characterize my article, I think that you would be better equipped to give an example than I would. So if neither of us remembers, which is fine, if we really fucking cared that much, even though it doesn't fucking matter at all.
It's your article, my dude.
I wrote the article. It is your commentary on my article. It is your commentary, my dude.
Yeah, but you're supposed to give a specific example.
I'm supposed to. No, I'm not supposed to give fucking specific examples. I don't have to give. I wasn't prepared to give specific examples. You're framing this as if I am supposed to fucking give specific examples so that you can look like you fucking won, as if I'm stupid or something. This is exactly how fucking Destiny debates. Now I fucking get it. It's not that you're, but it's not that you're a skinwalker. It's just that you are doing the same abusive tactics that he does. You are like him. You are. I
Also.
don't think that you're a fucking skin. I was saying this before
How-
we
wait,
started
how
this
am I like
conversation.
Destiny?
I was
Wait,
saying this
how am I
before.
like Destiny?
Because your debate tactics are literally just gaslighting, reframing, and making the other person look stupid while actually not
Gaslighting?
fucking saying anything.
Oh man. How?
Oh
which-
man,
which part-
exactly
which
like
part am I
Destiny, just
gaslighting?
exactly like Destiny. And I was trying to say before I started, like before I called you, I was telling my chat like the whole fucking Skinwalker thing. Oh, like Foodshops is like a Destiny Skinwalker, like I'm a fucking Mr. Girl Skinwalker. No, you're not. You actually are like him. It's not that you're a fucking Skinwalker. And the more that you're like, so most of the Destiny orbiters, they're way more Skinwalkers than you because they're trying to be something that they're not. You're actually like him. You actually are.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I mean that. I do mean that as a compliment. Even though I'm saying that I don't like that about you, I do mean that as a compliment. You are a genuine person. You are the way that you are. You're not a fucking Skinwalker.
I am so confused right now. Wait, do you want Tom to be on to moderate?
No.
I'm worried about you, Smeth. Okay, I'm not. I'm not worried about you. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you projecting onto me that I'm a skinwalker
No,
of Destiny?
you're not. No, you're not. Everybody says that about you. Like, I guess not everybody, but people that don't like you. But it's not. But I'm saying that about you because it's
Well,
the criticism.
they say everybody's a skinwalker of everybody, but I don't use the term skinwalker just mainly because, like, it seems as though I take inspiration from all kinds of sources. It is what it is, right? Like,
No,
technically,
you argue
I'm simultaneously a Destiny skinwalker, a Queeman skinwalker, and a Chud Logic skinwalker. Okay, so I guess I'm like simultaneously trying to divvy up the skin. All right, the lotion. You know, somehow I'm a skinwalker of everybody at this point. So my individuality has been taken from me.
No, I think you are an individual, and that's why you're a Skinwalker, because being like people who aren't individuals are not called Skinwalkers. Like tomfoolery.
Somebody just called you Smurf.
Tomfoolery is way more of a Destiny Skinwalker than you are.
Oh my god, you did not just say that.
Because
that's horrendous. Oh no.
It doesn't really matter. It's not really who fucking cares, honestly. But I just
Are you gonna be all right? Do you need a baby bottle? You need some mommy's milk? Not mine.
I don't want any of that fucking milk. Tom is fair. Yeah, Tom is fair. I think. Yeah. Yeah, Tom actually what I'm saying is Tom isn't like Destiny. But because Tom isn't like you, I think that you are kind of like Destiny.
But that's not what defines Destiny, though.
No,
what
well,
defines
just
Destiny isn't the fact that someone's an individual. That's stupid.
No. What I'm trying to say is,
What are
I
you
think
talking
I'm trying to say that you are kind of like Destiny in some ways, and Tom is.
Okay, we both prevair, I guess.
And
I suppose.
Tom isn't like Destiny, in the ways I'm talking about, and because he isn't like, so you are just genuinely like that, but he isn't genuinely like that, but he's still doing kind of the Destiny thing, so he's trying.
What? Be specific. He's
he's wearing this. He's wearing the skin more than it, there is no specific. It's just a psychoanalysis type thing. There's no specific.
Okay. All right. What? How could you? Okay, you're not even bringing up specifics when you're making a claim. Like how could you be like?
I didn't mean for this to be an argument. I'm not really interested in arguing about it.
About Tom. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real like metric.
Queeman. You brought up Queeman first. Psychoanalyze Queeman. What is it about Queeman that stands out for you?
Queeman? He's I think way more than Chud, he's honest. Chud doesn't want to tell you how he actually feels about half the shit that he talks about, so he'll just reframe it into an optics conversation because he doesn't want to get into it because it might make him look bad, or he doesn't want to pick a side or anything, which is smart. Especially at his size and like with the type of drama content, it's smart. Queeman just fucking says what he thinks about every single thing, and he's very honest about it. And he is a total asshole, but you can trust him to be honest. And so, yeah, I like that.
And I'm not honest?
No.
What am I lying about?
You're not engaging. The way that you engage is to tear down the other person and make it so that, like, oh, you, by your own standards, you actually don't believe that the thing you made is art, because even though you said that the way that I interpreted it wasn't like to engage with it, like, I'm saying that I did, and you also think what I think, even though you said you didn't think what I think. So that means that you don't define your own thing as art. So like you really, it's just not, you don't actually engage in good faith ever.
Well, that's my engagement.
Yeah.
That's my honest engagement. You can't get any more honest.
It's who
than
you
that.
are. It's genuinely who you are, which is honest. In a way.
Yeah, which is paraphrasing.
Okay.
That's my honesty.
But it's just.
Why? What's so
I don't
frustrating?
think
There's
you're
nothing
like
frustrating
Destiny
about this.
in the worst way.
Okay.
Like the way that you argue is like Destiny, but like Destiny.
Well, yeah, that's
Destiny,
probably from the years that I watched Destiny. Yes.
Destiny is
Obviously.
Destiny's Machiavellian and
What?
yeah.
Okay. How am I? I'm so confused.
I don't think you're trying to like hurt people. Like if someone talks shit about you and like when if you were Destiny.
Wait, how do you know I'm not trying to hurt people?
I don't know. I just think this. But when like the lolly shit went down or stuff, if you were like Destiny, you would have like figured out a way to like to destroy people without it ever coming back to you. And I don't think that you're that type of person.
Well, to be very fair, I don't think I had the power or the audience or the size to destroy people.
That is true.
Right?
That is true. But I don't think that I don't think that you would. I don't think that you're a bad person.
Do you think that, you know, when Keffels went after me, I didn't make like a fuck ton of videos about her?
Yeah, but that's all like fair. Like it's just back and forth and shit. I mean, Keffels is. I mean, also Keffels is like bigger than you too. So, I don't know. That's fine. Like, I went after Chud once, because of the hobbyist thing, and which I mentioned. It was it's what I mean, and him going at me too. It's like, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted. It's all fair game.
The game is
if I fucking
watching a montage of my drama.
Does Queeman hate you, or do you hate Queeman? Because like you're banned from Queeman's chat, right?
Well, no, we're both fans of each other. I don't think we hate each other.
Yeah, I don't think you hate each other too. But look, yeah.
We watch each other's content quite often, but I don't talk to him, and I haven't talked to him since ever, really.
I really don't think he watches my content. I don't think he would like it. Because when he read that article, he was so uncomfortable. Yeah.
Why?
It just made him so uncomfortable.
Okay.
Which I think is funny, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but like it's his job to be uncomfortable. That's his entire gist, is to be uncomfortable. Like he wants to be uncomfortable because it's good content. where he goes like, "Oh my God, chat,
No,
this
like
is
it actually seemed like it
this
was.
is viscerally ill."
It
Chat.
seemed like it was by the end. It seemed like it was inhibiting his. He like was trying to rush through it at the end. Like he. It seemed like
Isn't that worse? At least I read every single word. Like, how do you? Again, I don't have any issue with the way
you
Quinlan
rushed
went
through it
about
for every
right?
single part.
But the thing is,
I don't want to keep
the thing
arguing
is that
this.
it's just so surprising that you have more of an issue with the way I went about it than Queenman.
I'm
It's
trying
just so confusing. I paraphrased it, but he skipped over parts.
This is
like,
why.
That's,
This is why
read it,
I figured this out when I was in your chat. Okay, I figured this out when I was in your chat. Okay, the thing that I'm criticizing you for, in this argument, the thing I'm criticizing you for, I realized. So when I was in your chat, like, you tried to like internalize my criticism, and you were like, you were like trying, but I don't think you get what I'm saying, and I just think that's how you are, and.
Okay, how do you know that I don't get what you're saying? I guess
I think
because I think
clear.
I do.
I think it's clear at this point.
No, I do in fact get what you're saying.
I don't want to
but the
argue.
issue
I don't
is
want
that
to.
you don't like. No, but you don't like how much that I honestly get to your heart or how close I strike to your
No,
soul.
that's
the
not.
problem
That's
that you
not. That's
have.
not it.
Because
Queenman's
I interpret
criticism-
you so accurately to the point where it becomes viscerally uncomfortable. That's why.
No. It's no. The
Yes.
thing that pissed me off is you would read a whole paragraph and then just say that I said something completely different, and I was like, it was like just offensive that you were like paraphrasing the whole thing wrong.
But it's based off the thing that you have written. That's the
No,
entire
you weren't
point.
making a judgment of me based on
no.
what I said. You were just like making a judgment of the words I wrote that was of different words that meant different things. Like if I said that I jumped,
because that's my
and then
interpretation of what it is.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
it's
entire
and I'm
point.
saying that I know we can call it an interpretation. You can interpret anything in any way, and anything's fair game because it's all art. And that if it's art, then anything's fair game. And if you don't agree, then you don't think that whatever you did is art. But if what I said is I jumped on my bed, and then you read, so I said I jumped on my bed this Saturday and I had a good time. That's what I write. And you read that Seth jumped on his bed this Saturday and had a good time. Yeah, Seth was sleeping all day. Anyway, let's move on. It's all art. He's just trying to be creative. Like that's basically what you were doing. Like I mean, that's an over dramatic version, but that's what you were doing, and that's what's my criticism is that like your artistic interpretation did not match the words that I wrote. Like I'm not saying that you were judging me in a way that made me uncomfortable. I'm saying that you were not engaging with me. And the only thing that makes me upset about that is that you're reading it to other people.
Unless, the whole point is that I engaged, right?
Yeah, I would rather you do it.
You're telling me that I haven't engaged, but I think the more of the problem is that I haven't displayed it in a manner where you're convinced that I have engaged with it. That is what. But you don't know the fact that I actually did engage, but I'm just paraphrasing.
Okay.
Is that I actually engaged with it, but you just cannot be convinced. Yes, hold on. Someone said it correctly. He finally says it. He is mad at her interpretation and the way she engaged, but less about whether or not I actually engaged with it or not. You don't know what's going on in my mind. You don't know how I'm like putting it through the Foodshops machine, right? You don't know.
I just think that it's the equivalent of reading a chat message by not reading it and then guessing what it said.
Instead, I just see you mauling in chat, like moldier than any Malden I've ever seen, right? Like, yeah.
I don't care.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
Something's wrong with me.
What's wrong with you? Dude.
Yep, something's wrong with me. Yep. So,
what are you drinking? Is that alcohol?
So I've said it's water.
Okay.
I can resist the gaslighting, but the audience maybe not be as skillful as me. Hopefully, I've taught them enough tools. And if otherwise, I don't know what I can tell you.
We didn't even get to teaching you having the tools to teach yourself more tools part, and you're just like going like, oh, I'm doing this meta thing. Oh, I'm Smeth. Oh, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm an artist?
I don't know. I've seen. I think you really enjoy. I think you are an artist. You really enjoy editing, and I think like you, yeah, the way you approach editing, yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And that makes you different. Destiny's definitely not an artist. Like, I remember like many years ago, like a couple of years ago, I just I need to defend you on the whole Destiny like thing. Like so a couple of years ago, I remember I super chatted Destiny and I said you should make a Factorio like strategy video, and like all your fans would like fucking love it. And like so I super chatted him like $20 and I was like, you should do this. And then he looks at it and he just looks disgusted. He looks disgusted because he's like, that'd take fucking work and I don't want to fucking do that. He doesn't want to make art. He wants to make as much money as fast as possible. Like, you know, but like you actually like wanna.
I mean, that can be a form of art though, right?
I guess.
But you're saying it's more like his goal isn't to be an artist. His goal is to
I don't
be
think he takes pride
a money
in,
machine.
Yeah, I think I don't think I think and that's sad. Because it's like for at least for me, because I take I find so much meaning in art that I'm willing to work in a retail job to do it. And like seeing people that just have none, like a guy like in the article that you read, I don't know if you remember it because I don't know how much you actually internalized, but I was said that there was a guy that he told me to like not be an artist, and he taught me to indoctrinated me into hustle culture, and he told me to set aside my passions and forget. He like devalued me. Anything that I could be proud of, he devalued. The only thing that matters is money, and that guy is one of the most miserable people I've ever known. And I don't think it's a good way to be. So it's I don't know.
Wait, somebody just super chatted, make a Balatro video for your fans. This is my visibly disgusted face. See, I'm not, my goal isn't to be an artist. See, my goal is to be disgusted at the fact that somebody would even suggest for me to be an artist.
You're trans. All trans people are artists. You have to be trans. Because you're like, you've made your body your art project. It's fucking true. It's true.
Made my body my art.
Yeah, you're changing your body to like, you know, like you're yes. Yes.
I mean,
to express yourself, sure. And yeah.
I mean, isn't it like then everybody's an artist because everyone is trying some degree of fashion or whatever?
Yeah, but trans people do it in a really big way.
Okay. All right. What do you mean a really big way?
I don't know. Changing your body seems like a lot bigger way than changing your clothes.
A lot of people don't put much effort.
And plus, trans people also, I mean, not all, but like 99.9% of trans people also put a decent amount of thought into what clothes they wear because it's part of being trans. For most of trans people, unless they don't want to do that.
How often do you think of trans people?
Every moment, every day. How often do I jerk off? That's the real question.
Well, I think you just answered it. Every moment of every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you think of trans people?
Almost not at all. I mean, a lot less than other trans people. I think it's just mainly because, I just don't really care about my gender identity all that much, I guess.
Really? I've never really asked you about like this. So why are you trans?
I saw a bunch of memes on the subreddit, and I was like, I relate really hard to this.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, I think I'm gonna be trans.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a scary answer though.
Well, I mean,
Do you,
I relate to the memes. So yeah, there you go.
yeah.
The memes were about me being in denial. So I took it personally.
All right. I wanna transition to sleeping.
Okay.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take. What is it? Melatonin. I'm gonna take melatonin hormone therapy.
No. Wait, hold on, 1 second. I'm pretty sure from our first interview, you said that you are interested in transitioning one day, gender-wise.
No, I
are you
used
still considering
to be.
that?
No,
Used
I
to
wasn't.
be. Okay,
I
what
wasn't.
happened?
That was in the past. I wanted to transition, and then I didn't. But I looked into it, and I'm glad I didn't. I think I'm better off. I don't think. Yeah, I think it makes your life worse.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Where's the lie?
So yeah, I didn't do it, and I'm glad.
Oh, okay.
But I still resent women because I wish I had what they. So Tuna Chip said something to me. Tuna Chip said something to me the other day. I thought was very insightful. A lot of it was about trans people, but about the resentment sort of angle, like in patriarchal cultures, when a boy, when you get up to like age like 16 or like 17, or your relationship with your mom changes, and she has to like separate from you, and you basically lose a parent if you're a boy. If you're a girl, you don't. Your mom has to distance herself from you at some point, and it's true. And boys feel unloved, and we have to compete to feel loved. So
do you think that maybe the best way is to be a femboy that is still living with your mom then? A stay-at-home femboy.
I was a femboy.
What happened? Why did you de-femboy?
It's just so much fucking work. That's why I stopped. But also twink death. But
No way. Don't you think you're missing out now?
no. Not doing any of that shit is just not caring is just so much better for me. I don't want to.
So do you feel better about life now that you're no longer dressing up?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if it makes you happy, then it makes you happy. I think not everybody has to cross dress. It's not a necessity.
All right. I enjoyed fighting with you.
Me too.
I really appreciate it. Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye. See ya.
Well, that fucking concludes the stream. bitch. Look, I'm gonna have to go to work tomorrow in the fucking morning. I'm gonna get up at fucking 4:30. 4:30 is 4 hours from now. And you think I'm gonna fall asleep immediately? No. How much sleep do you think I'm gonna get? 3 hours? 2 hours? 1 hour? You know how long my shift is tomorrow? 9 hours. But it was worth it for you, wasn't it? Huh? Hey. This is what I look like when I'm cool. I'll see you next time. I don't know who the next fucking victim is that's gonna fucking try to gaslight me, but you know what's gonna happen to them? Same thing that happens to all the rest. See you next time, Smeth heads.